And we're live from Stockholm, Sweden with the round 7 report of the Rilton Cup. And of course, we're also gonna include the Rilton Blitz today that was played yesterday. But first, let me remind you about the live commentary for the round today, 8th round, where Anna Kramling will be joined by none other than the Wasabi Grandmaster Ferdinand Hellers. Check it out. Yes. And then let's start with having a look at what happened in the Rilton Blitz, and then we're gonna see what happened in round 7. So the Rilton Blitz was a huge success. There were 108 participants, which was amazing. But here we can see the top-rated players who participated. Jungmin Seo, a Swedish junior, he has an extreme blitz rating of 25.7. So that's very impressive. And then there were some grandmasters. Erik Blomqvist, the Swedish champion, participated. And there are 2 more grandmasters here. Here on place 17, you find me. I was also playing. That's why we have this round report now, and we did not have it yesterday. So we played 9 rounds, and we can see what the standings were after round 9. So it was this dark horse, Alexakis Dimitris from Greece that won in style with 8 points, not losing a single game, 2 draws. That was very impressive. He was leading throughout the tournament. And of course, he was joined by 2 Norwegians. It was a bit unfortunate. We will have to go down to 12th place to find Erik Blomqvist. And here you can find me on place 18. So I performed like about my place, which I should be very happy with when I think about the positions I have, which were mostly horrible. So yeah, I'm a bit happy at least. Yeah, so that was very fun. Thank you everyone for participating. So let's go back to Rilton Cup and have a look what happened in the 7th round. So now let's see, now you see it. In the 7th round there was a draw on the top board between Arseni and Elshan. They both had 5 points, and then Urkedal, who also had 5 points, lost to, now it's public, my Wasabi friend Nikita Meshkovs, who will be playing for the Wasabis. So we're not biased here, but we were very happy to see this result. And then Dmitry Kolosh won on board 3. And we're actually going to have a look at both Nikita's and the end of Dmitry's game. So those are the games we have to look forward to. Then let's see, Volkov, Rilton Cup veteran, is also joining the lead. And then we had some draws. Milton and Tiger drew their game. So I guess if we look at the standings, we will have quite a few players at 5.5. And then we have both Milton and Tiger here on 5. So yeah, it's no one is really taking a lead here. And it's very hard to tell who is gonna win the tournament, making it for an exciting 8th round. But let's have a look at the pairing for the 8th round after we have analyzed our 2 games. So let's bring up the analysis board. Yes. So we're starting with the game between Frode Urkedal and Nikita Meshkovs. And we're just gonna skip through the opening. Was it a Bogo Indian? No, it was a Queen's Indian. Yeah, and Urkedal went for a very calm variation with just exchanging most of the pieces, and then I guess trying to play that you have some kind of more better development and more space in the center. But let's see what happened. So yeah, this was a very committal move, which weakens the king, which we will see will be a disadvantage later in the game. And we got a position like this, where both players have queens and knight on the board, and black has a little bit I would say better king. I don't like these pawns. I like more black that black has these 4 pawns on the queen side. But yeah, this knight needs to find a better square. But we will now see how Nikita handles this position, which I thought was very good. So let's see, knight h4, queen c5 check, improving the queen, putting the queen on the long diagonal, and now there's also a pin on this knight. And then h6, taking away this square for the knight, and h3, and now a4. So he's trying to weaken these pawns, and also there's a way to start trying to create a pass pawn on the queen side, which is what you want to do. And now white went for a move that I was a bit skeptical about, which was b takes a4. And the reason for why I don't like this move is because it creates 2 pawn islands here. They are lonely. They have no pawns that are helping them. So immediately this becomes a weakness, and this can also be seen as a weakness. So let's see how Nikita utilized this. Queen takes e, or queen b3, queen e8, not exchanging the queens here because that would fix white's pawn structure again, and we don't want that. Queen d3, queen e4. Here is a much better square to exchange the queens, because if black managed to exchange the queens, then this king can start marching up the board and find ways of attacking these weak pawns, which is much harder than with the queens on the board, because then you can get all kind of checks and other threats. So yeah, oh, that was not what I intended. Where do we have it? Queen e8 here? Yeah, so black managed to get the exchange. Very good. And then a3, and this important move c5, which makes it getting closer to promoting. And then the idea is to sort of exchange these pawns. And then you have this pawn to attack, and then this pawn is a pass pawn. e4, white needs to create some kind of threats himself, and then the natural thing is to create a pass pawn on the king side, where you have 1 pawn more. For those who might not know, there is a general rule saying that you should treat endgames, knight endgames like this, like there are pawn endgames with only the kings left. They are quite similar, but of course the knights adds some extra flair to the position. Queen e6, king f1. So king e6, starting to prepare this idea with d5 and creating a pass pawn. Knight c3, trying to prevent this king from activating, and also perhaps creating some threats against this pawn in different ways. Knight e2, d5, here it comes. And then just black has managed to activate the king, and also have these very nice pawns. Let's see how it continued. Queen e3, trying to prevent the king from going any further. Check. Queen e2. Knight b2, now threatening knight c4, attacking both the pawn and the knight. And in that position, white cannot trade the knights because black is much faster to promoting a pawn. h4, knight c4, knight b1, protecting the pawn. They are dancing a bit, these knights. But black gets to now improve his king. h5, knight e6. This knight is starting to find some other squares. Maybe you can go here and trying to exchange the knights. Let's see what happened. e5 opens a square also for this knight. But let's see. Knight e4 takes, and now white only has this pawn, but there's nothing helping this pawn to promote. So currently it's not very dangerous. If it would move forward, black could perhaps just go and grab it. And then king d1, king d3, taking the chance to improve the king even more. And now we're starting to see that this knight is completely controlled. This knight and this king is keeping this knight trapped. This pawn is, of course, standing in the way on a3. So a4, trying to get a square here. B takes a4, and now black has everything. All the activity, extra pawn, 2 passed pawns, and it looks great. f5, knight f6, also gonna grab this pawn, and white doesn't get anything in return. King goes to a3, the knight picked up the pawn and goes back to f6, blocking the pawn of an f5, and now open up this h file for the pawn. And after h5, Frode Urkedal resigned. So yeah, that was a nice endgame by Nikita. I think the major issue was here when white decided to take this pawn and then in this position exchanging the queens. Now black has very good chances here, I would think. All right, let's go to the game between let's see, it was Luis Ernesto Quesada Perez against Dimitri Kolosh. So there we have it. All right, so we're gonna see a nice tactic at the end here of this game. So knight e4, king moves up to, and here after g5, black threatens the bishop on h4. White could move the bishop, but of course then black could take it. Black could play h5. Black could try some other things. But instead, white decided to go for king d3. So what's the idea here? The idea is to take this knight, and then let's say that black takes, and then white takes. Then this pawn is weak, and this king can actually be good. But Dimitri found this fantastic tactic here. That was c4 check. And the idea here is that if white now decides to take, then there's f5 mate in the middle of the board. This is beautiful. So everything is working together here to cover all of the squares. And this pawn, of course, is doing important work as well. What if white goes back, then black just picks up the piece. So white decided to take the pawn, but now rook takes and king takes, and now the king is no longer attacking the knight, and Dmitry just won a piece and then managed to finish the game off quite quickly, or white resigned in this position. So yeah, that c4, and especially this mate on with f5 was very beautiful. All right, let's go back to chess result and see what we have in the next round. So we have Dmitry Kollars, top ranked, now back on board number 1. And he's playing Elshan Muradiabadi. And we have Volkov, who's playing Nesterov. And we have Meshkovs against Kaido Kulauts. So many exciting matchups here on the top boards. And where do we have Tiger and Milton? So Tiger is playing against Chandra Prasad Dulipalabala. And Milton is playing against Norwegian, Lars Oskar Hauge. So much to look forward to. We also see that Khan is here against Ivanov Sergey. I thought we also, Drasen, the team captain of the Malmö Vikings, is having a great tournament so far. And he's playing Israeli Grandmaster Mikhail Oratovsky. Yeah. So look forward to the match that starts in a few hours. And remember to tune in to see Anna Kramling and the Wasabi player Ferdinand Hellers. Thank you very much for watching. And yeah, see you later this evening perhaps.